is up, my britches? If you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and today we are back for our Sephora recommendations. Makeup's looking loud today, but this is the vibe for when it comes to spring and summer. This is the type of stuff that I like to prioritize during the spring Sephora sale. So I have a lot of stuff to go through. I'm not gonna bullshit and chatter it up, okay? All aboard the Hot Mess Express, everybody, because it is going down right now. These videos are long. Grab a snack. Grab at least like a bottle of wine and you'll be fine. So, hello to all the britches in the live chat. If you guys missed yesterday's video, I did a Loves List declutter. If I get makeup on my teeth, y'all better tell me throughout this video, all right? So if you guys missed the Loves List declutter, make sure you guys go check that out after. It was another long one, but as per usual, here are the dates. Sale starts tonight, guys. It's usually around 3 a.m. my time, so it's technically tomorrow. But for a lot of people, it's midnight. So I hope y'all are ready. I need to know what you guys are getting. Give me the tea. What do you guys recommend for me? 30% off Sephora collection starts tomorrow. We've got Rouge members starts tomorrow, the 5th through the 15th. VIB members get 15% off the 9th through the 15th. 10% off for Insiders, the 9th through the 15th. Use code YAYSAVE. Who's ready? I'm fucking ready. Also, be mindful. I just saw Jessica. I placed a massive Ulta order. Make sure you guys are checking Ulta and prioritizing accordingly. Because Ulta, check your emails. You might have a 20% off. I know I'm doing the same thing, so stay tuned for a future haul. I will absolutely be doing that for you. I think I'm going to try to do a palette recommendation video as well, just from, going through my collection and see which palettes I still recommend. I will feature a couple today, but not anything too crazy because we got a lot to go through. All right, let's get it. So I'm going to first start with makeup, or not makeup. I'm going to start with skincare, hair care, makeup, and fragrance. Because I feel like fragrance is a really big thing that people usually like to stock up on, especially when it comes to spring and summertime. It's like everybody transitions to just different scents, I feel. At least I do. So let's start first with skincare. I'm going to blow through these really quick because y'all already know how much I love Tatcha. So the Dewy Skin Cream and the Rice Wash, these are holy grails for me. I still recommend them. I'm going to feature a lot of newer products, like ones that you haven't really seen me talk about. But I do want to throw in ones like this in case you haven't seen me in a while, because I haven't been here. But also in case you're new as well. These are must-haves for my skincare routine. They completely change my skin. I haven't been using these lately, and I could tell. My skin feels like shit. It doesn't look that great right now. And this is partially why. So I plan on picking up at least a rice wash. I want to say I have a backup of this in my collection somewhere. But I was trying a new routine and did not work out great for me. Next we have more Tatcha. Since we're getting into spring, summer, I know I'm probably preaching to the wrong choir right now because, guys, you should be wearing SPF. I should tell myself the same thing. I personally like the Tatcha SPF. I have 2 of these ones, and then they actually just sent me this new one. I believe it's the same formula, just repackaged, which I actually really like this packaging, opposed to this one. This one's just wonky. It always peels, too, but this one I will be throwing into my rotation. I try to use at least SPF on my face because my face does burn quite a bit. I know Supergoop is another really popular one, but this Tatcha's my shit when it comes to my skincare. I don't stray too far from Tatcha too often, but occasionally I do. And I do have some extra products that aren't Tatcha that I will be talking about, so calm your tits. Okay? So next we have, I think this is a fantastic product for an even more fantastic price. It's from the Inky List. This one was sent to me, but I have purchased this. I actually recommend this for all ages as far as I should proceed that with caution because I'm not somebody that really pays super close attention to ingredient lists or stuff like that. I just try the shit, and if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But the reason I say I would recommend this for especially younger, teenagers, is because it's so inexpensive and it's really effective. It's the Oat Cleansing Balm. So I feel like cleansing balms are a really important part of, you know, your nighttime skincare routine, especially if you're wearing makeup like most of us probably are. This one, it just is really gentle on the skin. It's a balm, so it gets everything off. It's not my all-time favorite. However, for the price, you can't beat it because it's an excellent cleansing balm. I'm more of like a cleansing oil type of girly. Balms, like, I don't know. There's something about balms that I don't love, but this one is one of my favorites because it's already so inexpensive and it's effective. So this one, I did want to recommend it. Even though it's not my favorite, that doesn't mean that I can't recommend it. Does that make sense? Sephora brand cleansing balm is my shit. I don't think I've tried that one, so maybe I'll have to throw that in my cart. I just realized I forgot to put earrings on. Son of a bitch! It's okay. Next one we have a fucking game changer. I know this one is also available at Ulta. This is the Paula's Choice Exfoliate 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. If you've got texture like I do, this will be your new best friend. This makes an immediate difference for my skin. Another one I have not been using lately. I just used it again for the first time last night, and I'm like, I don't know why I stopped using it, because even when I start using it, people, like, in my everyday life, or if I happen to be on camera for multiple days in a row, people immediately notice a difference. So this one, it just really helps with minimizing my texture. I don't think it doesn't get rid of large pores, because you can't get rid of large pores. I don't know who needs to hear that, but it does help, I feel, make everything look more, you know, it just makes it look more smooth and more minimized, even if, you know, your pores ain't going nowhere, because they're not gonna. It's just a thing. All right, so next one. I was sent this one, so I did not purchase this, but I love this serum, and I can't even tell you why. It's like such a useless recommendation, because I'm like, I love this, just take my word for it. Because it's the Renergy, the HCF triple serum. It's got hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and ferulic acid. I don't know what 2 out of the 3 of those things do, but when I put this on my skin, it makes my skin look incredible. I love this for underneath makeup or prepping my skin for makeup, because it just gives my skin the most, like, your skin is skinning. It just looks so nice. It feels really nourishing, and it's thin, but it's a serum, so it's also thin on your face. Like, it feels thin, but it is actually thin. Does that make sense? I don't know, man. I've tried this. It's one of those, I went into it not really expecting anything out of it. I was like, all right, I know it's expensive because it's Lancome, but I love this. And it's just like, I can't even put my finger on it. It's just, I like the way my skin feels. I like the way my skin looks. The end. I know, useless information, I'm sure, but I like it, so take my word for it. Next, we have a tried and true. I wanted to throw this one in because I haven't talked about this in a really long time, but it's the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. I have used and abused these. I always get the mini size just because I don't go through it too often, but this always stays in my purse. This is for if my skin is just super dehydrated and I just need to give it just like a facelift. It just gives me so much hydration. I especially love this for when I fly because my skin does get so dry. Jet lag mask, it speaks for itself. It just gives the most ultra boost of hydration to my skin, and it doesn't feel like a mask. Like, even though it's technically a face mask, it just feels like a really nice moisturizer. So I like it. It doesn't feel like slip and slidey. It just feels good. So I like that one. And then for hands, because some of y'all walking around with dusty ass hands have never tried L'Occitane Almond Hand Cream. I just got to do one of these. I love this stuff. I love the way that it smells. Anything in the almond line from L'Occitane, I'm gonna recommend it. Mainly because of how good it smells and how good it makes my skin feel. But this has been one of my favorites. I want to put some on right now. I like it too that it comes in the mini size. I think it retails for like $13. Another one, I believe you can get this at Ulta as well. I know you can get the shea butter, which is really popular. The formulas are very similar. If not, they might be the same. But it's the almond fragrance. I love it. I see Stacy is saying Tatcha has a cleansing balm. I like that one. They actually did send it to me, and I used the entire thing. But that was my thing. I'm like, all right, if I'm going to recommend a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil, first of all, Tatcha cleansing oil is my number one. But when I was looking at balms, I haven't talked about this one. And this is where I'm like, the Tatcha was really good, and I really liked it, but it's a lot more expensive, and I feel like this one is just as effective. And it has like no fragrance in it, so I feel like this is even better for sensitive skin. So that's why I went with this one. But if you were interested in the Tatcha and you want to know my opinion on it, I do also recommend that. It's just obviously more on the Spency side. So while we're talking, if you guys have products that you're curious about and want to know my opinion, if you don't see them featured, feel free, leave it in the chat or leave it in the comments and I will respond back, because sometimes I forget to feature things or I forget to name stuff. And especially like if it's older stuff, I've got a whole Sephora playlist if you're interested and want to go back and listen to my ass for a long period of time. But I feel like I'm going to cover a lot of stuff today. All right, last thing for body and skincare, Sol de Janeiro. Another brand that is now available at Ulta. But this whole range right here, the body wash. Anything like body-wise, I should say. The hair products, I'm not really a big fan of. They really weigh down my hair. But anything in this for the body, the shower gel, the body spray, the body lotion, fuck me all the way up. This is the time of the year where we stock up on Sol de Janeiro. It smells so good. Another one, I just want to stick my face in it. It just smells like you're on vacation, and I love that for me. So that's one that always travels with me as well. I love that stuff. And then also for skin, this is a face tool, technically. So this is a face razor, I guess you could call it. This is what I use to clear up my peach fuzz, which you could probably tell that I forgot today. The foundation shade match is not it for me today, guys. Just ignore it, all right? We looking pasty as fuck. But anyways, this is what I use to either like get rid of my mustache if I sit down and I'm like, oh fuck, I got some stubble or I got some peach fuzz. I love this one. It's by the Sephora brand, so this one would be 30% off. I like this because normally these types of razors are plastic. This one, it's metal, so it's weighty, and it just makes it even easier to shave your face. It's something so minuscule, but it makes such a difference. And you could also buy refillable razors, which I need to add some of those in my cart. We are going to talk about what's in my cart today as well, but I need to add some of those razor replacements in there. But I use that almost every single time that I sit down at this desk. It lives right in my top drawer. Moving on, we've got hair care. There's very specific products that I would prioritize, one of which is Olaplex number 3. I know everybody raves about Olaplex, including myself. Number 3 is hands down the best of the entire range. This is what's going to make the biggest difference. Like if you're blonde or if you plan on going blonde, because I know a lot of people do that for spring and summer, just put this in your shower now, because this will save your hair. It works miracles. I swear to God, it's one of my favorite products of all time for my hair. I've recommended it over and over again. But this is one, it's like, I can't not recommend it because it is a pricey item and you really don't get that much product. But I promise you, it's worth every fucking penny. I also really like the shampoo, but the number 3, that's the must-have for me. And then we have the Color Wow Raise the Root. I have purchased so fucking many of these. And I try telling myself I don't need it or there's other products that are better. But there's really not. Like, I'm just lying to myself because I love this, because I still highly recommend the Dyson Airwrap. Even though I have my personal complaints about the new barrels, I still use that every single fucking day. I'll still recommend it till the day I die because I use that every day, okay? So I use this when, I'm going to curl my hair and I'll spray either 1 or 2 sprays in the strand that I'm, curling in. And it just makes the curls last so much better. So it doesn't give me a shit ton of volume like you would think it would. But if anything, it just holds my hair in place and also gives me a little oomph to the hair. So I love this one. I've purchased so many bottles. If any complaint that I have about it is I just fly through it too quickly. and I don't love that. Next one are slip scrunchies. I use these ones. I use the smaller ones. I use they're like the only thing that I put in my hair now is slip scrunchies. I know that there's other brands that do silk scrunchies, but Slip is always the one that I purchase from, and plus they always have really cute ones. Look, you can see when my hair was purple, it dyed it. Nikki said, I can't get the razor root to work with my Dyson Airwrap. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate what I do. So say if I was just curling my hair, all right? I didn't use it today, and I feel like you could tell because my hair it falls so much faster. So I'll just take a little strand. I'll hook the end, so say my fingers are the Dyson. I'll hook the end, but then I'll do a spray basically of this area right here, and then I'll curl it up. So I do it strand or section by section, not strand by strand, but you know what I mean. I hope that made sense. That's how I personally like to use it. I've tried using it spraying it throughout my hair and brushing it out and doing it that way. I feel that it works best for me doing it by section, and it also makes, my style last quite a bit better. I need to do something with this hair. I literally have not cut or touched my hair color in far too long, and it looks like garbage. So just ignore that too, guys, okay? This is just the natural hair. That's what we're rocking with. Okay, moving on. Also from Color Wow, we have the Extra Mystical Shine Spray. I think that there's other shine sprays that are just as good as this one, but this is excellent for 20% off. So I would still recommend this one because I do really like it, and it is one of my favorites. There are just other ones that I'm like, okay, they're good, but I feel like the price is still in the same realm. So get the 20% off if you get 20% off. Okay, last hair product that I have for today is not Kerastase. I recently started using the Oribe Gold Lust Nourishing Hair Oil. I picked this up during the last Sephora sale. I'm going to tell you, I still love the Kerastase, and I still feel that I will still purchase the Kerastase, but this is one of the best hair oils I've ever used because you have to use such a small amount. So you have to be careful with this one as well, because if you use too much, this is the most that I will use on my hair. A little goes a very long way, and if you use too much, it will weigh your hair down. So I just like to apply it just like this. I run it through the ends because I mainly use a hair oil for hydration because my ends, especially being blonde, they get so dry. And since I don't cut my hair like I'm supposed to, so I love that for that purpose right there. It just gives me a little bit of shine, but it's more for hydration purposes, which is why I love that. So that's everything for hair care, skin care, at least that I could think of. Like I said, if there's any products that you guys want me to mention or tell you guys my opinions on it, feel free, let me know. I'm going to move on to makeup though. Actually, let me do a couple honorable mentions because they're not makeup, they're not skincare. They're just stuff that I like at Sephora. First thing, Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. I love this one. I love the blue one too. I like the scent of the blue one better, but this one I like better because it's clear, so it's not going to change the color of your brushes. So this is for when I want to spot clean my brushes. It just dries them instantly. It's pretty harsh on your brushes. That's the only downfall. So this one I'll use mainly for my synthetic brushes. And then Patty Alonso put me onto this, and I still use it all the time. It's the Sephora Refresh Daily Brush Cleaner. This is the one I personally like Cinema Secrets better, but this is the one that I will use for my natural hair brushes because it's way more gentle on them and it will hydrate your brushes. Whereas the Cinema Secrets will really dry out your bristles. So if you use Cinema Secrets on your natural hair brushes, it's going to ruin them. Full stop. It's just going to do it. And don't say that I didn't told you because it will. All right, lips. Jack Black Lip Balm. One of my favorite lip balms, so I guess you could call this skincare still. It's just a traditional lip balm. It's not going to give you a tint. It's not going to give you any sort of shine or anything like that. It's just a lip balm. So if you have a woman or a man in your life that just want a good ass lip balm, that's the one. It's better than anything I've ever tried, and the longevity of it is the most impressive thing. Like, I will apply that and it will still be on my lips hours later. That doesn't happen for me with pretty much any sort of lip product. Like, give this lip a little bit longer and I'm sure it's going to be all over my face, just because that's just how it rolls for me. Okay, now we'll get into makeup and then we'll finish with the fragrance, because I'm really excited for some fragrance purchases, all right? So let me start with, I'm going to try to go in the order that I would apply my makeup. I really don't have any primers that I'm like living, breathing, and dying over. Like, I always talk about this one, but I'm like, most people don't want to be bothered with this, even though I personally love it. I am wearing it today, and I just look at this section of my face. I just put it right here just to help minimize the appearance of my pores. I don't think my skin ever looks better than when I wear this. So, like, if I had put this on my nose and on my forehead, it would just make everything look so much better. Like, it just gives such an incredible smoothing effect to my skin. It's just very meticulous and tedious. It makes me mad because I want everybody to love this and appreciate it like I do, because I'm like, when you get this to work, nothing is better than it. But other than that, other primers like Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base I've been really liking, but that's just more for hydration. I want a primer to be like revolutionary, like how this one is for me. So this one, if you want to spend some time and really perfect how to get it to lay just right, it's worth a shot, especially if you've got skin like me. It's just unreal. I love it so much. And then second to that, we've got the Dior Forever, the Dior Forever Glow Star Filter. Wow, if I could talk, that would be great. I just got this recently. I like to use this more for like an illuminating primer, but it also serves as a slight blurring effect for my skin, but it gives me radiance as well. So I compared this to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I actually like this one better. I have the shade, I think it's number 1. And like I said, I just use this. I feel like if you like very minimal foundation, it does have a slight amount of coverage, but I think Charlotte Tilbury has a little bit more. I love this though. It looks so nice on my skin. It's Dior. You guys know I'm a D-whore for Dior. So that one, I bought it. I loved it, and I would highly recommend it, but it's also available at Ulta. Now, concealer. I am only going to recommend one, and let me know if you guys can guess which one it is, because I had a couple that I was going to recommend. I used one today, and I'm like, okay, I like it, but it's not as good as this one, and that's the Dior Forever Skin Correct. This is, to me, the best concealer at Sephora, and it's expensive, it's luxurious, the packaging is incredible. I cannot find anything better. So if you guys have any concealer recommendations for me, please let me know. I'm going to be doing a concealer declutter soon. There's other ones that I like, but not as much as that one. The Dior Forever is my forever. It's the shit. It's one of the most, I feel like, undetectable concealers for me too. Like, I could wear just concealer and not any foundation, and it's like nobody would know. They probably would, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a really, really fabulous concealer. Nikki is asking, do I like the Hourglass concealer? I personally loathe that concealer. I think it's so unflattering for me. It always falls into, like, I've got a really bad line on this eye. It always falls so hard in that line. And then what it will do, like, the longer that it sits on my skin, you'll just see it start to crack. It's awful. It just doesn't work for people like me that have fine lines and texture. I feel like if you're somebody that has really great skin, or if you're, you know, not as mature as I am, I don't understand how that's like TikTok's favorite concealer. I did a video solely dedicated to that because I'm like, help me make this make sense, because I don't get it. Hi, Jen. Thank you so much for the super chat. Every Sephora sale, your videos are my fave. Thank you for... I'll always tell it like it is, girl. I hope you got my message about Pat McGrath powder being on Sephora Canada. Girl, you know I think I gave it a heart Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so glad to be back. I love making my reappearance to YouTube during the Sephora sale. So guys, I see that there's 63 people watching and only 32 thumbs ups. I'll wait. Come on, share the video, like it, do all the things. Let people know your favorite Britch is back and giving Sephora Rex. I think it's so funny though, because every time I do Sephora Rex, I feel like my makeup, like I like how like the eyes look and the lips look, but the complexion I'm not loving today, and it's mainly because of this foundation. And speaking of foundation, we're gonna scoot over to that, because the foundation that I'm wearing today, I do recommend it, and I think it's fabulous. Like, it's a really great foundation, and I have 4 different shades of it. I bought one, and 3 of them were sent to me. So this is what's on my skin today. I think this looks incredible on the skin, but it is so hard for me to get the right shade, clearly. Because everything leans, in my opinion, very yellow. So I try to mix like all these yellow shades together. Like this one is the most cool, which is 1C1. But even when I mix that, it's still, I don't know, like I mix it in and then it's too light because I'm trying to offset how yellow it looks. I just, I want to love this even more. It's just I can't find the correct shade, which is disappointing. So if you could find the right shade, it's fabulous. No, Jen, I'm not wearing the Rare Beauty blush. I will let you know what blush I'm wearing as I get there. So that, I do recommend it, like I said, if you could find your right shade. Other foundations that I love and recommend, and I just can't get enough of during the sale, one of which is Valentino. You don't see me, I mean, you don't see me really often anyways, or at least you haven't. But you're gonna start seeing me more often. But this one you don't really see me wear that much because this is one of my darkest foundations. So this one, it doesn't work ideally for me other than summer. I purely got a shade that's too dark. So I actually could end up getting a lighter shade. We shall see, but I love this. In summary, all of these foundations are going to be light to medium coverage, natural looking finish, skin-like, flattering on texture. That's what I look for, okay? So I'm not going to go into detail on each specific one because these all fit that category. So that one, it's very natural. It's very everyday appropriate for me. Now we have Guerlain, the Terracotta Latant, or Latent, I don't know how you pronounce it. But this is the one I was wearing in yesterday's video, and this has been a go-to everyday sort of foundation for me because it's so incredibly natural. If you want something like your skin but better, this one is going to be one of the most natural. And then second to that is the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass. These are my top 2 in my collection right now. One is available at Ulta and one is not. So I'm going to tell you, go this route for Sephora. Go this route if you're shopping at Ulta. Or if you can't shop at Ulta, you can't go wrong with either one of these. Hi, Ronnie! Ronnie, I'm contemplating getting that shade. I think it's in my cart right now. We'll get there. But yeah, I need to do that. But I'm working on it. What shade am I in the Guerlain? So Guerlain, I am 2.5N in Hourglass. This one is a little bit dark for me. This is more of like, I'm going to say beginning of summer shade. It's 7.5. And then, I mean, Valentino, this is so dark, but I'll still tell you, it's MN4. So I feel like I should be like MN3 if there is one. And then I'm running out of room to put all this stuff. And then these are going to be same type of things that I tell you I'm looking for, but these are going to be more event friendly, which when you see them, you're going to know why. First one is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. My only bitch about this is just like the Laura Mercier, these lean so yellow. Now for me, I'm neutral. So even if things lean yellow, I could still usually get away with it. But there's something about like this formula and also the Laura Mercier, they lean so fucking yellow. It's ridiculous. Same with like Gucci Beauty. I feel like they did the same thing. But this foundation, so long lasting, so beautiful on the skin, but it has that more glamorous look, so it's going to be more, I'm going to say, like, medium, but buildable. There's just something about this. It's not everyday appropriate for me. It's strictly for events, and I even feel the same way about the House Labs. I feel like this one I love for, like, weddings, because I still feel like for being a medium coverage foundation, it still looks very natural, but you could still visibly tell, like, you're wearing foundation. So in the NARS Light Reflecting, I have L 4.5, which is Vienna, and then 280, what is it? 280 Light Medium Neutral is what I'm in the House Labs. House Labs is a little bit dark for me right now as well, so just be mindful. Go down if you're a complexion similar to me, at least for right now. House Labs is glowy but beautiful. Couldn't agree more. I think this is like my favorite event foundation now because the longevity of this one too, unreal. I want to say I did like a 12 or a 14 hour wear test when I went to a wedding with this one, and it looked beautiful all day long. I do wear this on more occasions than just weddings and stuff like that, but that's where I feel like this one really shines. This one is a really solid pick, I think, for the sale, especially getting into spring, summer. It's going to get hotter, so, I mean, you're going to want those long-lasting formulas, and I think that all of those that I recommended, they will all work for longevity as well, especially if you set them appropriately. Now, I skipped over cream contour and bronzer, so let me cover those really quick. I want to recommend, one is an older product, I believe. There might be more than one older one, but whatever. I just don't think that I've ever mentioned this in a recommendations video for the Sephora sale, so this is from NARS. It's the Sunkissed Bronzing Cream in the shade Laguna. This has become one of my favorite cream contour formulas, and I only started using it because I ran out of another recommendation, which is from Westman Atelier. Where is it? I just had it. It's the Westman Atelier Contour Stick. You guys already know. I've talked about that one a million times. One of my most recommended products. It's here somewhere, but I still love it. I still recommend it. There's one in my cart because I need to buy another one. I have a mini size right now. I was wearing the shade Truffle in yesterday's video, or if you look at my TikTok, I just posted, it was today. I just posted earlier today a full face of Sephora recommendations, and you can actually see me apply the shade Truffle. So I really love those ones for cream contour. I also still love the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, but if I had to pick one, I would go with Westman Atelier. One, because the price. Two, they never go on sale. Sephora sale is one of the best opportunities to take advantage of a sale on Westman Atelier. It's luxurious. It's glorious. It's fucking gorgeous. NARS one is also great, but available at Ulta. So there's that. I think that was it for my bronzer contours. I thought maybe I had one more, but maybe not. I've got so much stuff in front of me, it's problematic. Okay, so we did bronzer, contour. Let's do cream blushes. I have a few, and this is where, it was right in front of me. I wanted to mention this one as well, because I feel like this one is going to become a favorite for spring and summer. It's from Merit Beauty. It's the Bronze Balm. So technically, this is a cream bronzer. I'm actually wearing this today. So this is going to give you something that's very skin-like. It's got more of a balmy finish, Bronze Balm. I have the shade Leo, but I love how this looks in the skin because in the spring and summer, I just want my skin to look moist. I know so many of you love that word, but I just want my skin to look luminous and just like fresh off the beach, got a fresh burnt sunburn, and I'm sweating my ass off. That is just my makeup aesthetic, and I feel like this is going to be one of those products that really gives that to me, and I just love, like, the balmy type finish. I know not everybody's crazy about that either because, like, your hair could stick to it, but this one, it's, like, balmy, but it's not too much. It's just enough. It's a great product. I really enjoy that one. It's just I don't use it that much because we've been in, like, fall, winter, and that's, I don't know, this to me is just not... It's just not fall, winter. This is more spring, summer, and that's where I'm prioritizing those types of products for this sale specifically. Now we have we'll do blushes and then highlighters. So starting off with the one that's on my face right now. Like, this is where I'm strictly judging these by the shades for most of them. So I love these Beauty Light ones, okay? But I was going through my drawer and I'm like, if I was gonna buy a liquid or cream blush, it's these bright, vibrant shades just because it's the most wonderful time of the year. This is one of the prettiest strawberry liquid blushes. I love these. Like I said, it's on my face right now, but I did put powder over the top. But it gave a beautiful base, so it looks really intense. Oh, but look how pretty that is. It's just a perfect strawberry cream blush. Then we have Makeup by Mario. So I have two from Makeup by Mario. Let me dig out this other one as well. I only have one shade in this formula, but I think I have three in this one. So let me start with the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. I knew I was going to mess that one up if I didn't read it. See, it's like, give me all these bright, vibrant colors. I love it. But this one is very approachable. It's more sheer than it looks, but it looks beautiful on the skin. I was wearing partially this in yesterday's video. And then for the stick formula, tell me that is not a beautiful, pigmented, this is technically raspberry, but this one is more of like hot pink. It's so pretty. Like, I love this shit for spring and summer though. This, like, I barely use it, but this is when I buy that type of stuff. So those are 3 selections so far. I love me some cream blush. I know a lot of people are recommending the Patrick Ta. I have yet to find a shade that I love. So if you have recommendations, let me know. Next, we have Danessa Myricks Beauty, which these are 2 of my favorite cream blushes that I own because I love this formula. If you have texture like me, you see this, the vibe that I'm going for? Like, give me all of this just hot neons. Bitch, are you kidding me? So pretty. But my favorite thing about this formula specifically is it gives that airbrush look. As you're applying it, it looks like a filter on your face. It has smoothing properties that I love. Another one. It's just hot. It's hot pink. So pretty. Proceed these ones with caution when you apply them because they are pigmented. So a little goes a long way. But what an incredible formula. Like, Danessa Myricks nailed it with this formula. But in the event you're not somebody like me that loves, hot cream blushes, because keep in mind, I put cream blushes underneath everything most of the time. So it's like, it looks super intense when you apply it, but then I usually marry my foundation over the top. So it calms it down significantly. So in the event that you're not somebody that loves a crazy intense blush and you want something that's buildable, beautiful, balmy, Merit Beauty. These are so pretty. These are the Flush Bombs. I have Stockholm and Fox, which I feel like both of these are still like summer appropriate. Stockholm, it's just almost like I'm going to say like a bubbly pink. But these are very sheer. So these are going to be for the more, conservative bitches that don't want to go cray-cray with the pigmentation. But I love, like, the shade Fox is, I just think it's so pretty. Definitely more appropriate for me for fall, winter. But also a shade that you could wear both of these all year long. So cute. And I think the packaging's super cute, too. I really love Merit Beauty and how they have that, like, minimal makeup aesthetic. I love that shit. So these are going to be more if you want a balmy type finish, just like that bronzing balm. It's got that same type. Beautiful. Love them. Now, lastly, Westman Atelier. This shade specifically, I think, is gorgeous. There's one shade that I always eye during the spring sale, which it's like a hot pink. Looking at my collection, I'm like, okay, do I need it? No. But am I going to get it? Maybe. But the shade Bichette, This is going to give one of the most beautiful, like, sunburnt looks. Because it's almost like a brick red, but it's slightly terracotta. It's so pretty. Wait, what are not available on Sephora? Am I recommending things that aren't available at Sephora? What aren't available? Singing a tune, girl. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my god. This formula, it's fantastic. I swear, Westman Atelier can do no wrong. I love them. But like I said, that's going to give such a beautiful sunburnt look. That's going to be like top drawer for spring and summer because I'm telling you, I just love that shit. I love it. So those are all of my cream blush formulas. They don't have Merit? Like Merit at all? No. Check in store. I know, like my store, I know still has Merit, or at least they did. That's going to suck ass if they're not there. Because Merit is such a good brand. Oh, I'm about to be big mad if that's true. Oh, man! All right. Keep us posted, guys. Now, highlights. Liquid highlights. Liquid and cream highlights. Let me get the cream highlight just out of the way because you guys already know. I can't not recommend this. This is the only downfall. It has the most bougie, luxurious packaging, but ever since I got nails, I have such a hard time opening this. The struggles. Oh, but I gotta show you. Come on, open. It needs more of like a, it needs more like a bigger divot, especially since I got square nails right now. Like, damn. Okay, just the blushes. That's fucking bullshit. Maybe they're reformulating them or something. Okay, I'll keep your eyes peeled in the description box. I'll try to link them if I find them. So this is the shade Peau de Rose in the Super Loaded Tinted Highlighter. Literally one of my most recommended products, probably of all time of my channel. It's just, I don't know how many other times that I need to tell you guys that this is my favorite cream highlight in my entire collection. It's so pretty. Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you. I feel like it doesn't look that great today, but I appreciate you. Okay, so that is the only cream highlight that I have. All the rest are liquid. So first ones I want to start with are what I feel like a lot of people are usually eyeing, and that's Rare Beauty. So let's see. Stacy said Merit is at Sephora. I just looked it up. Okay, it's probably just the blushes. So if the blushes come back in stock, that's so strange. I could have swore I seen them on there. Anyways, the main reason I wanted to mention these, aside from the fact that I think that these are beautiful, I love the fact now that they're expanding their mini sizes of these. Because these mini sizes, even though, like, this is tiny, but it's going to last you forever. Like, this is all you need. You do not need full-size highlights. Like, I have had this since it launched, and it's like, there's barely a dent in it. Get the smaller sizes. But I did see that there is one of my favorites, which I don't own, and I believe it's in my cart right now. So these are the 3 shades that I have. My personal favorite is Mesmerized. That's the one I have in the full size. And then the 2 smaller ones that I have, I got these during the last Sephora sale. There's Transcend and Magnetize. So I believe, let's see, Transcend is this one, and then Magnetize is more golden. Super pretty. But the main reason I'm mentioning them is because they're now available in mini sizes. Like, they keep expanding and adding shades. And I believe it's Enchant is the one that's got my eyeballs on it. Now, I should have pulled up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post it on my Insta story. I swatched all these in store, and I was shook. These are the Forever Glow Maximizers from Dior. So I initially picked up the shade Pink. I was able to purchase it from Dior. Mark that down on our calendars because it was one of the best days of my life. So this shade, I love it. I wear it all the time. The pearl shade, the gold shade, I think there's a peach shade coming out. Like, these are beautiful if you want something that's more natural. Like, this is going to give a pearlescent natural glow to the skin, whereas Westman Atelier, it's going to be more bam in your face, glitter, but also really beautiful. Watch my TikTok that I posted today. I put both of them on my face, and you could see just how different they look. But these, so pretty. I love them. And I just got that not long ago, and I'm in love with it. Let's see. Only one color is out of stock. I'm getting those. Stacy, what are you talking about? Merit? I love that. All right. Make sure you guys don't forget to use the links in the description box too. I will update them after I cover everything. I've got a couple down there right now. Or if you don't use mine, at least use like people that you follow, your favorite creators. It's an easy way to give back to your favorite creators. But if I encourage you to get something, they're going to be down there in the description box. Oh, when you click it, it says unavailable. Oh, man, I wonder what's going on with that. All right, then we have more Westman Atelier. So this one, I don't use it that often, but I know for a fact I'm going to use the shit out of this in the spring and summer. So this is the super loaded liquid. So it's essentially a liquid version of the super loaded tinted highlighter that y'all know that I love. So this one, it's got a similar effect where it just looks like, I don't even know how to explain it other than it's like your skin just looks like it's sweating, but in the most beautiful way possible. This one, it looks more balmy. Do you see that? Like, your hair will stick to this, all right? So this is going to be like if I got my hair in like a slick back pony, or I just got my hair up in a messy bun, slap that on my face. Oh, man, it's beautiful. I love it. Let me swatch these side by side because they're both the shade Peau de Rose, but you got to see how different they are. Let's see. The Dior Rosy has a ton of pigment. Peach is light. Ronnie, I've got Rosy in my cart. I think I've got Rosy and Pearl, but we're going to go through my cart as soon as we're done with these recommendations. All right, let me give you a swatch of the cream version next to it. So you've got cream over here. See how much more subtle it is, but you can definitely see that there is sparkle. This is going to be more balm, but I got to do it. Every time I pull this out, I have to put it on my face. At least just a little. It will accentuate a little bit of texture, but it's like, it's the Monet. My camera doesn't adjust as I move out of focus, but it's like, do you see how it looks wet, but it's like, it's not wet? That's what I love about it so much. It's so pretty. But with the liquid, it's actually wet. So just be mindful of that. But it is so beautiful. I love it. I can't get enough of Westman Atelier, guys. All right? They've sent me PR, but they don't pay me. I just fucking love them. I wish that they paid me. I would love that for me. Okay, moving on. We're done with creams and liquids. We're going to talk about powders. Now, I have a couple. If you saw my video yesterday, you know everything that I'm about to say. First, I'm going to start with Huda Beauty. We've got the Easy Bake powder, or was it Easy Bake and Snatch? And then we also have the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting powder. I have this one on my face today. And I feel like you could really tell if you look at today's video and if you look at yesterday's video, it looks more glamorous. And I feel like that's mostly because of the powder. I feel like this gives me more of that going out or event type of finish where it's like, it makes your skin look so good, but it's not natural looking. You know what I'm saying? So I really like this one for if I know I'm going to be all done up or something, or I have something going on. But on a day-to-day, that's not the one that I reach for. But this one, the Easy Bake and Snatch, I have the shade Cherry Blossom. I love this to just brighten up the center of my face. But I do want to get a different shade because I have recently been using Peach Pie in this travesty of a travel size. I just realized a cream blush that I forgot to mention. I'm going to go back to that in a second. Peach Pie, I actually prefer over Cherry Blossom for the loose powder. So once I get low on this, I'm probably going to get a full size of the Peach Pie. because I hate this packaging and I'll just consolidate them. But still really great powders. It's just I prefer one shade over the other, which is why I want to get Peach Pie in this. Because I feel like the peach, it's just more flattering looking than the Cherry Blossom. Because Cherry Blossom, I think it's just too light. Whereas Peach Pie, it's a little bit darker and it's got the more yellow undertone to it. Which I could go either yellow or more pinky toned because I'm neutral. But I feel like it just complements my skin better. Because sometimes when I put Cherry Blossom to just brighten everything, it's like too much. So I think I'm going to end up getting Peach Pie pressed. Maybe not right now. But at some point, I will get her. We'll see how much money I spend during the sale. But like I was saying about the Huda Beauty loose powder, that's going to make me look more glam, a little bit more done up and put together. If you want something to look more natural, this is my most recommended powder right here. Givenchy Prisme Libre, hands down, the best loose powder I have ever used. It's better than Laura Mercier. It's better than Hourglass. It is the fucking best, and I have the shade, I think it's pronounced Voile Rose. It's the pinky tone one. Love it. Could not recommend this enough. And it's pink, but it's not as brightening as the Huda Beauty. It's much more natural, and it looks overall just natural on my skin, and that's what I like. If you have texture, this is going to be the one you probably like more as well. I love it. Can't get enough of it. Like I said, best loose powder ever. What shade did you get? I got light. What? Are you talking to each other? All right, let me jump back to cream blushes because this one, I've only seen this brand, I think, available at Sephora, and it's Refi. But look at this blush and how pretty it is. It's the shade Citrine. I got this, I want to say when I was in Disney is when I got this. I have never seen a blush shade like this other than this right here. I just think this is so pretty. Again, it's going to give you that like burnt looking skin, except it's orange instead of more red tone. It's almost like when you get burnt when it fades. But it's like you are burnt, but it's turning to a tan. That's what this is going to give. Super pretty, really inexpensive. The only downfall of this one is it's so tiny. And the packaging, I don't really love the packaging. It's quite messy as well. I wish like the pan size was bigger, but I think this is stunning. I love it. The new Natasha Denona highlight is available on Ulta. I'm gonna get it. I'm waiting for Hourglass to drop there too, because I want that Hourglass powder. I think if the Hourglass powder wasn't launching, I would buy the Peach Pie. Oh, who knows? We'll see what I end up getting, though. All right, let's move on to bronzer. So I have two recommendations, one of which it's available at Ulta, but it's my most recommended bronzer ever. Hourglass. You guys know this, right? Next to that is Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. This is the bronzer I'm wearing today. It's the shade number 3. I love this. It's the closest thing that I have found to give me what I love about the Hourglass. I still think Hourglass is a little bit more luminous, and I still like it a little bit more, but this is a beautiful bronzer, and I love this packaging. I love the teal. It's just Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. We love it. It's bougie. And those are my bronzers. I wish that there was, an Hourglass palette that was available because I love these fucking things, but there are none available on Sephora's website right now. But if one comes out, I would recommend. You know what would be a good pick? Hold on. I don't have it, but I have the highlighter palette. There's a bronzer palette that looks like this. That is a bronzer recommendation right there. Because you get 3 bronzers instead of 1. My personal favorite bronzer is Luminous Bronze Light. But you can't go wrong with Hourglass. You just can't. You can't do it. So that's it for my bronzers. Now we have blushes, which I have... No, let me do contour first. Powder contour. We did cream contours already. I always talk about this now. I feel like nobody else does. Charlotte Tilbury, the Mini Film Star Bronze and Glow. I don't pan stuff that often or have like dents. But do you see like embossing's gone? That doesn't happen for me. That's how you know I use the shit out of this. This is one of my favorite powder contour shades because it's natural looking. It's not overly pigmented, so it's going to give you a nice, natural, very subtle powder contour. This with Biscuit from Westman Atelier, chef's kiss right there. And this is like $24. Like, they have a full size of this. Get the mini size. The highlighter in this is fabulous as well, but clearly I have more of the purpose for me is the contour powder. I love it. My Glam Touch. Hey, girl. It's okay. Better late than never. It's the thought that counts. All right, so now we're going to move on to blushes. So I talked about most of these in yesterday's video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on them. First is going to be House Labs. I can't speak on the new ones just because I only have these ones, and they have since been, I believe, reformulated. So if you have tried the new ones, let us know your thoughts. But tell me that these are not beautiful shades for spring and summer. We've got, what the fuck is this called? Dragon Fruit Days and Watermelon Bliss. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Give me all the neons for spring, summer. But packaging is significantly smaller. I actually prefer the new packaging over this one just because, you know, it's cuter. I like that you could see the shade on the outside. But I honestly, I liked this packaging as well because it's like you had the sticker on the back, so it was fine. But I haven't used the new ones. So let us know if the new formula is just as good as these, because these are going to be more if you want a mattified finish, but definitely pigmented, so be careful. But just super flattering, nice, natural looking blush. I feel like blush is one that's, it's like, how do you fuck up a blush? Right? But apparently there's some that you can. They don't feel chalky. That's going to be the biggest selling point for me is if it's a blush and it feels chalky, I got a problem with it. All right, so that is one of my blush recommendations. Another one, since we were just talking about Hourglass, I've got to mention these two as well. I love these so much. At night, or no, this is Diffused Heat. I feel like this is its time of the year to shine. It's like a bright pinky coral. And then you've got At Night, which is, in my humble opinion, the best blush that that Hourglass has ever done. I love both of these, though. But like I said, if there was a face palette, I would recommend that. But as of now, there's not. So those two blushes I love specifically for this time of the year. And then we have what is on my face right now, which is from Armani Beauty. And I've got a bone to pick with you bitches that were in last night's live because they're like, I don't think these blushes are that good. How dare you? Because these blushes are fucking fabulous, and this cheek is exactly why. I think these are such beautiful. They're not overly pigmented, so you do have to build them up or really like get your brush in there. But my least favorite of the three that I own is going to be 50 because it's just light and it's more of a topper, or if you want some luminosity to your face. So I don't use this one as much. But these two, man, especially this one. Offbeat? Like this? Are you kidding me? For spring, summer? Yeah, Ashley, I'm talking to you. Fucking bitch. I'm just kidding. No, but these, I love this formula. You can't tell me nothing about Armani Beauty blushes. You can't. The shade that my eyeballs are on is Mania. We shall see if I snag it during the sale. I need to know what blushes are your favorite. Give me all your recommendations, guys. I need them, okay? Which one is it? Alexandria, if you're talking about the one that's on my face right now, it's Offbeat. So pretty. It's so good. It is so good. So let me paint this picture for you. This right here. Yes. Yes. I love that combo. All right, more blushes, because I know I have more. Where is it? I'm going to give this one an honorable mention. I don't wear it that much, but another one that's great for spring, summer. And it's Sephora collection. So 30% off. This is the shade Poppy in the Modern Powder Blush Duo. Is that the name of them? That's what the name looks like. It's these little blush duos. It's pretty, but hella pigmented. Be very careful. I'm somebody that doesn't love a ton because I can tend to be heavy-handed. I don't love a ton of pigmentation. I think that's why I like the Armani one so much, because it gives you a beautiful skin-like sheen to your face, but also they're not overly pigmented where you're like, oh fuck. I like a more buildable for a powder. I sell Armani Duo for how... Oh, if I didn't have that, I would take that off your hands in a heartbeat. Ashley, how dare you? Okay, blushes. I think I got House Labs. I got Armani. I got Hourglass. I think those are my top picks for blushes. Now we have highlighters. I have quite a few highlighters, so bear with me. Let's start with... I feel like I have to mention Rare Beauty because this one, it's really pretty. Like, this looks like silk on the skin. It kind of reminds me of a prettier version of the ColourPop Super Shocks, because Super Shocks took me a long time to get on that train, and I still don't feel like they're that flattering. Whereas these, I feel like can accentuate texture. Like when you see it on my hand, you see how you could see like the texture of my hand. So it's not the most flattering, but it's just like silk on your face. It's really pretty. Not my all-time favorite, but I would still recommend because the price point on them is pretty good and the shades are really pretty as well. Let's see. Pat still has the best blush formula in my opinion. Pat's blush formula, I do agree, is fantastic. I like the little trios, but yeah. But we ain't buying Pat McGrath for the Sephora sale. We're going to wait for her spring sale that's going to be 30% off because that's what Pat does. And then maybe we'll get lucky and get a 50% off glitch. Or if we can't wait, we're going to buy Pat McGrath at Ulta. I'm done. Okay, so that Rare Beauty, I do really like that one. Next is House Labs. So we have, what shade is this one? Peach Quartz. This was the one I lust over in store for far too long. And then this one, if you like this cheek, or no, we'll say this cheek moment. See how it's got like a duochrome effect? I feel like you could really see my, like when I'm always talking about my fine lines and texture, like this is just what my face looks like, guys. I feel like you could see it really nicely there. So you see how this looks like duochrome sunset? It's this bitch right here. It's called Fire Opal. This one, it comes out of the drawer every single time now for spring and summer. So pretty. What a fantastic formula this is. And the more that you get into it, like, take my word for it. Go and swatch these in store. The more that you get into the product, the better it gets. Because they are a baked formula. But I tell you what, mine still, even though I use this one so much, it still doesn't feel as good as it did in store. Like, in store, it, like, rocked my whole world. And I'm patiently waiting for it to just get into there just enough. There's another one I'm going to talk about. It's the same way. We have the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Jen! Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm 50, skin drier than the desert, and like medium natural luminous finish. Foundation recommendation. Medium natural and luminous finish. Okay, I don't love a luminous finish, but out of the ones that I would recommend, based on what you're saying that you're looking for, I would probably say Hourglass, the soft glow. or House Labs. Those would be my top 2 picks for you. I'm confident in that answer. I'm leaning more toward, if you want more coverage, go House Labs. If you want less coverage, more natural looking, go Hourglass. I feel like House Labs is more luminous, so I actually think you might like House Labs better. Let me know if you've tried that one yet. Back to the highlighters. We've got Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Glow Seeker highlighter in the shade Sun Idol. Do y'all remember the Amrezy? This is the same fucking thing. It's fantastic. I actually really love this packaging. The more that you get into it, the better that it gets, though. So if you first get it and you don't really love it, just keep using it. You can see it's a little bit more golden than the Peach Quartz from House Labs. But gorgeous. I have this on my inner corner and also on my brow bone today. I use this one quite a bit. Love it. And then we have this Givenchy. This is the shade Organza or Organza Or. I've been such a fucking Givenchy beauty bitch lately. I love this. Like, normally I don't love a loose powder highlight. But this, it's so natural looking. It's such a pretty highlight. Let me get a better swatch so you guys could see what it actually looks like. Because this one went viral last year. And I think it came back for maybe holiday this year. I'm not really sure. It just all of a sudden appeared on Sephora. So I grabbed it because I saw it in my loves list. So this is what it looks like. It kind of gives that same effect of like silk on the skin a little bit. Except it's more natural looking. And it's super flattering because it's that loose powder finish. Fabulous. I love Givenchy Beauty. Especially for people like me. I feel like you eventually find brands that you're like, okay, these are the brands that are catering for these skin issues that I'm trying to combat, like fine lines and texture. Certain brands just do it better, you know? Oh, let's see. Hourglass was on your list. Yes! I love the Hourglass. That's like favorite foundation. I'm actually going to grab another one with my Ulta 20% off. Because I love that foundation. I have the shade 7.5, if you're wondering the shade I am for the Hourglass. I have to cut this short. Oh, it's okay. I knew this was going to be a long one, so if you guys can't stay for the whole thing, it's fine. These are just meant to be like a little chitty chat, hang out, and just talk about all the shit that we love. So I'm still waiting for you guys to tell me like your guys' favorite shit that I need to look at. Still waiting. Don't just listen to me. Okay, now we have, let me get through like brows, mascara, like the shit that nobody cares about really. Brows, really quick. Huda Beauty Bomb Brow. I talk about this every year almost. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think this is the Brow Freeze Gel. I also really like the Rare Beauty one, and I can't find it anywhere. So the Rare Beauty Gel, I think the Anastasia one, it's going to give you more of like hairspray finish. Like your hairs actually feel like almost like crunchy, and it will make them a little bit shinier. I feel like this is better for like if you like the lamination brows, whereas the Rare Beauty, it's more natural looking brows. So I really like that one, but I have no idea where the hell it went. Huda Beauty, I just like that you get nice precise application. That's what I used on my brows today. I am in the shade Black Brown, which I feel like is a pretty good match for me right now. I like my eyebrows to be slightly cooler than my hair. Just a preference thing. So those are my top brow products. Now we have mascaras. I have 3 that I'm going to talk about. First one is Hourglass. I like this one because it's a tubing mascara, and I haven't mentioned this one in a really long time, but it's still a favorite. Still love it. I love tubing mascaras because my eyes are really sensitive. So with that, I also love the Velour Pretty Big Deal. This is another tubing mascara, except this one is my favorite one ever. So the only downfall with this one is it dries out kind of quickly, whereas that's my favorite thing about the Hourglass one. Like this one does not dry out. It's such a long-lasting formula. But this one, my favorite thing is, you see how it's a brush applicator? I love that shit because the plastic applicators irritate my eye. So I have one of these in my cart for the sale. And then also the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. The black, the brown, fabulous formula. Another one, I think I have a new one in my drawer, but I just keep repurchasing this because it is one of the best mascaras. Like, once you apply it, it doesn't go all over your face. It doesn't transfer. Once it dries down, it ain't gonna fucking budge until you try to take it off. And even when you try to take it off, it still, you know, still gives you a decent time getting it off. I have tried the Thrive. That's another one of my favorites, Nikki. I do really like that one. It's just, I say it's inconvenient, but it's really not. Like, I just wish that I could buy it at Ulta like we used to be able to. So I haven't purchased it in a while just because I hate buying just one thing on a website. And then paying for shipping, you know? It's just one of those things where I'm like, if I was going to get something else at Thrive, I would get another one. But it was nice when it was available at Ulta. But I have used that one. And it's actually very comparable to the Hourglass. So if you like the Hourglass one, you'll probably like the Thrive one as well. Then we have lash glue, which I have these in my cart as well. The Velour lash glue is easily the best lash glue I have ever tried. Both of mine are dried out. I use the piss out of these. I like the black one. I like the clear one. When you set this, like when it dries down and you set your lashes on it, I always have issues with my inner corner. And when this was in its like prime state, my inner corners never lifted. Such a great lash glue. I love it. Stacy asked, have I tried this Sephora matte contour powder? I have not tried that one. Do I need to? Do I need to? Ashley said her recommendation is Patrick Ta blushes and She's Baked, or She's That Girl, or She's Flushed. I want to say I have 2 shades of that. And I think that might be what I don't love about that formula is the shades. I have, I think, She's So LA, and then I've got one more. I just never reach for them for some reason. There's just other formulas I guess I like better. Moving on, we have, let's do lips. We'll do lips and then we'll do eyes and eyeshadows. Oh, wait. I gotta mention these two. I talked about highlighter, but we can't leave out Dior. Dior has the best highlighter formula. I talk about that one all the time, so that's all I'll say on that. Lip liner. This one will never die. It's the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip, specifically in the shade 14C. This is my favorite lip liner at Sephora. Really the only one that I ever recommend. So if you guys have any lip liner recommendations, feel free, send them my way. Then we have lips. So I'm going to do lipsticks. I've got, I think, like a liquid lipstick and then lip glosses. And then we'll go to eyes. So first, oh my God, I forgot another liquid or cream highlight. We could skip over that, though. We could skip over it. Unless you guys want it. You let me know. All right, let's start with, we'll do Merit Beauty. I really like these lipsticks. It's not the shade that I'm in love with, but it's the signature lipstick, I guess you could call. I have the shade Baby. I want to say I have one of the matte formulas as well. It's a more sheer formula, but it's really nice, comfortable. I like the packaging. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I just overall can't complain about it. I really like it. And the shade's cute, but it's not as ideal for spring and summer as most of these other products that I've talked about. But I like the formula. But it's just more of, it's not like one swipe application like other ones that I'm going to talk about. Like NARS Audacious, for example. That should be a priority for your loves list. Is NARS Audacious, because I'm pretty sure you can only get them at NARS and Sephora. So I love me some NARS, still to this day. I have to mention these because of the colors. So we've got the Patrick Ta lipstick, and She's Hard to Get, and She's Not From Here. So if you were wondering what was on my lips today, it is one of these. These are some of the most pigmented matte lipsticks I have ever seen. The one that I'm wearing today is definitely broken, so I need to do something with this one. But tell me that that is not spring and summer. But one of the best things about this formula is it does not transfer off easily. Like, that is going to stain my hand because they are so pigmented. I love this packaging. I think it's super cute. I just love the aesthetic of Patrick Ta's brand as a whole. I love the rose gold. I love the mirror. I love everything about it. So I naturally love these lipsticks mainly because of the color. Like, the formula's good. It's just like your, I feel like, stereotypical creamy matte lipstick, but watch. They will stain your lips because hella pigmentation, just saying, but perfect for this time of the year. This is like the only time that you'll catch me wearing bright, vibrant lips is spring and summer. And this is this is such an oldie but a goodie. If you've been following me for a long time, I could not have a spring recommendation without mentioning this. I fucking love this lip in the spring and summer. It's from YSL. It's the Tatouage Couture Matte Stain. So it's technically a stain in the shade 13. I love this applicator, but I actually almost wore this today. I love that you can make this so sheer, but also so pigmented. Like, the opportunities are endless with this. And I just love shit like this during this time of the year. And because it's a stain, it's going to be long lasting. Oh, but it's so good. I'll have to wear this for a video one day so you guys can all lose your shit. Because it doesn't look as impressive when you swatch it like this than it does on the lips. But I have recommended this for years. It's just one of the most perfect staples for spring and summer. And again, it's a stain, so it's gonna, it's gonna stain once it dries down. Oh, let's see. Patrick Ta is just a great bang for the money. I completely agree. I love pretty much everything about Patrick Ta Beauty. Except for the cinnamon. Speaking of Patrick Ta, we've got the lip shines. She's an influencer and she's expensive. My personal favorite is She's Expensive. These are the blushes. Like, Patrick, if you see this video, I'm questioning everything about you right now because what the fuck are you doing not expanding these? These are some of the most beautiful glosses of all time. They're shiny, they're juicy. The only, I would say, downfall is you do want to layer them. But these, it's like crushed diamonds. The shade on that was number 13. I don't know the actual name. Thank you, Nikki. So this is what they look like. Like, these lip glosses are so much better than the other ones. Why are we not expanding these? Because we need more colors. We need more sparkly lip glosses. And, like, this aesthetic is fucking everything. Just look at how pretty those are. These are better than his other lip glosses. And I will recommend these till I die. I will die on that hill. Fantastic formula. Love it. Patrick, get it together. I got his holiday lip plumper not knowing how strong it was. See, I don't like the cinnamon. It's like the scent and the taste of it. That's why I don't buy them. It makes me mad because I want to buy them, but I just can't. I can't. Next, we have a liquid lipstick. I have heard very mixed reviews on these. I'm going to speak on the shade specifically because I feel like that's what I like the most about this. And it's not necessarily like spring, summer appropriate. I just find that I wear this all the time. It's from Makeup by Mario. It's the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Color. And it's just so shiny, so juicy. It's pigmented. It's good. I like it. I like it a lot. But just know that not all shades are created equally from my understanding. This is the shade Cool Pink if you were interested. I also think his other Moisture Glow lip plumping lip things, those would also be a great product for this time of the year. I actually forgot. They're back there somewhere. But those would be another recommendation because I feel like juicy, wet-looking lips is just a vibe for this time of the year. Am I alone on that one? I don't think I am. Next we have, we'll just stick with glosses and get them out of the way. I feel like I used to talk mad shit about these. And Lawless must have heard me. So they're like, all right, bitch, we're going to just keep sending them to you until you like them. And here I am. So I feel like I tried these in like a sampler set or something because I didn't like the packaging. And I think that's what made me not like the product, because I remember trying, I'm wearing the shade Cherry Vanilla today. I remember using it and I'm like, I can't get enough product. It's just like it had potential, but it wasn't giving it to me. But then with these ones, I love the applicator. Like, it perfectly hugs your lips. And it makes your lips look so shiny and juicy. Like, what more could you ask for in a lip gloss? These are fantastic. So my most used, I would say, is probably, I've been using this one a lot lately because it was spring and summer, which is Maple Sugar. I think if I had to pick a favorite at this present moment, I just love the shade on this one. It's Lavender Sorbet, and I think it's just because it's so different for pretty much anything that I own. But they just sent me a box of, I don't know if they're new shades or what, but I love when they add a little bit of sparkle or shimmer in them because I love that shit. So these are a fantastic formula. I've been really enjoying these. So thank you to Lawless for sending these to me, making me fall in love with them. Another one I really like is Juicy Watermelon, and I feel like this one's going to be excellent for spring and summer. I've really come to love these, and it's especially because of the packaging, because it actually gets out the product, and they're just so good. And I think it makes the lips look juicy. Them DSLs are popping. All right. Lipstick. Fuck. So many products to go through. I got 2 lipsticks to talk about besides NARS Audacious. You guys already know I love that one. I recommend it almost every single sale. But these ones from Makeup by Mario, these are the Super Satin Lipsticks. I think this is one of the closest formulas that I have found to give me what NARS does. Except NARS goes a bit harder though. NARS is one swipe, full pigment, lasts so nicely on my lips. These, you have to, like, this is one swipe, but it's not full coverage. Like, you see this one here is a little bit more splotchy. There's one shade that I think I want to get for this time of the year. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a hot pink. But I have Nolita and Bronx Baby. So this one is Nolita, and then this one is Bronx Baby. It's just a nice staple lipstick formula. It's really comfortable on the lips. It's hydrating. But they were kicking ass until Westman Atelier was like, excuse me. We're launching lipsticks, and these are the best lipsticks in my collection. I love how these feel on my lips. Like, I've loved NARS Audacious for a really long time, and these, I think I like these more. I like these more because these feel, again, like silk on your lips. They're so luxurious feeling. First of all, this bullet, I don't think you can see the little hearts. Cute as fuck. The packaging, so luxe. I am happier than a pig in shit with these. So these, the only thing that would put this over NARS, so I'm gonna keep NARS in first place, is these are not as pigmented as NARS. So like I was saying, NARS is one swipe. These ones you have to, like, you gotta layer it just a little bit. But fuck me up, these feel so good on the lips. These just have that whole, like, the whole experience, which NARS does too, I feel. So I would probably say NARS is my number 1. These are my number 2 formula. But these, the texture of, like, on your lips, they feel expensive. They feel just luxurious and comfortable. If they were to last a little bit longer, it would make it even better. But I don't even fucking care. Because such a beautiful lipstick formula. Yeah, Stacy, they are Westman Atelier's new lipsticks. Did I even say the name? I probably didn't. So I have the shade, I think it's pronounced Pick or Peak. And then I also have the shade, I think it's Je Rêve. This is the one everybody compliments me on, though. I feel like The other one doesn't really get that many. This one, I always get compliments. I think this one's really pretty for spring too, which is why I got it. But they also have one that's in like a hot pink. This is a collection I want to own them all because I just am head over heels for that formula. I think it's unreal. Like, it's unlike anything else that I have. Unlike any other lipstick that I've ever put on my mouth. Fabulous. Love it. Okay, setting sprays. Really quick, because I talked about these yesterday. Charlotte Tilbury White Tea of Bali. Love that one. I also really love the Rare Beauty one. I also love the Hourglass one. I've been reaching for this one quite a bit, but I like the Urban Decay All Nighter still the best. The Professional Super Setter. It's probably the same fucking thing, though, because these are usually all made by Scandinavia. But the All Nighter is the best one. In my humble opinion. Now, finishing up with eyes and then fragrance, then we're done. Guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, you should for how much I'm talking. Like, we're an hour and a half in almost. God damn. Oh, look at that. I just found the Westman Atelier contour stick that I was looking for earlier. All right, eye products. I have been all about a one and done for at least like the past year, okay? I talked about these during the last Sephora sale haul, and I still love these. I highly recommend them. They're the Armani Beauty they're like eye tints or eye shimmers. So I have the shade 27 and also 22M. I cannot get enough of these. I cannot get enough people on this train. I was wearing the shade 27 yesterday. I could not stop looking at this. Like, I swatched it in store because I was like, I haven't heard nobody talk about these. So I swatched them all and I could not stop looking at this one. So I initially got this one. I went back. I bought 3 or 4 more, but then I ended up returning the other 2 because on the eyes they didn't translate the same. So I'm only speaking on these 2 shades specifically because I did experience not all shades are created equally. So 22M is also a fantastic one and done if you want a matte brown eyeshadow. I think this is called Cashew. Fabulous. Blends out so nicely. Like, I basically will just go in, draw it right on, blend out the edge. Sometimes with the pink one, I'll do a second layer. Once it dries down, it ain't going nowhere. These are amazing. I cannot recommend those enough. And then also, Merit Beauty. These fucking eyeshadows, the Solo Shadows, another formula. I want to just own them all because this one rocked my whole world. I actually have this all over my lid right now. Underneath another product that I'm going to talk about. It's just a perfect matte one and done eyeshadow. Blends out so nicely. If you're familiar with, I'm going to say the Patrick Ta palettes, you know how there's the cream formulas in those? I feel like the cream formula in Patrick Ta, it's a little bit more slippery, but oh, this one, it's more matte. And once it dries and sets down, it ain't going nowhere. These are a fantastic cream eyeshadow. I almost said liquid. They're a fantastic cream eyeshadow formula. And then if you're wondering, what is the sparkle that's all over my eyes? From Give Beauty, this is another one I picked up during the last Sephora sale in the shade Twinkle. What are these even called? The IC and Sparkle Multi-Dimensional Eye Pigment. So I know these aren't going to be something for everybody because I was one of those people before too where I couldn't be bothered. Like, I go in spurts. Like, sometimes I would rather have a palette. Other times I would just like to get one and dones. Other times I'm just really into sparkly shit. So this is what it looks like by itself, and then that's what it looks like over the top of Mid-Century. This is how I like to use it, but it's fucking gorgeous. And there's something so special about this shade because it's like a chameleon. It's almost like, in certain situations, it's warm tone. In certain situations, it's cool tone. I feel like it's a perfect neutral, but it shifts, and then it's also gold, and it's also silver. Like, it's super multi-dimensional, and I love it. It's so pretty. I mean, isn't it called the multi-dimensional? Yeah, multi-dimensional eye pigment. Wow, it's almost like they thought of that themselves. What the fuck? I'm done. All right, 2 more things for eyes and then fragrance. So, One of my favorite recent finds for eyeshadows is this baby from NARS. I fucking love NARS eyeshadows. I feel like they're so underrated. I'm over here just like the only person on YouTube that still talks about NARS, I feel. This is the Afterglow Irresistible palette. Every time I use NARS eyeshadows, I get so many compliments. So this is like so many palettes that they've done. I feel like a lot of their color stories like overlap, but it obviously works for them. For them to keep on doing it, it's like Urban Decay with naked palettes. It's got to work for them for them to keep doing it. But I love shit like this, especially a color story like this for summer. Yes, please. Love the packaging, but I usually always love these NARS palettes. So I feel like if there's a color story that it speaks to you, recommend. And then the next one I have is from Natasha Denona. I also love, what was it? The I Need a Nude palette. But this one, this is my favorite face palette that Natasha Denona has ever done. And I'm going to say this because of what I said in my previous video about this. These two face powders rocked my whole world. If you are somebody like me with textured skin, insanely flattering. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, she really needs to come out with a full range of blushes, a full range of bronzers, because this formula is so flattering. It's just so skin-like. Unreal. Like, those two powders sell this whole palette. Because honestly, the eyeshadows are fine, but I feel like there's other shadows that she's done better. Like, I am thoroughly convinced no eyeshadow palette will ever beat Biba. Biba, the eyeshadows just felt different. They perform different. These, it's like, they're beautiful. But, like, some of them kind of get, like, that hard pan feel to them. Or it's like you really gotta work your finger in there. But they're, like, perfect one and done. This is the most perfect palette for me. It's a perfect travel palette. Like, literally could not have done this better. I love it. I love it. And there's some swatches. So you can see, like, they're very light, very natural looking. But I can't get enough. I think this was fantastically done. Like I said, best face palette that Natasha Denona's ever done. But again, if you find a color story for Natasha Denona's range that you like, I would be confident recommending pretty much any palette if the color story speaks to you, because the quality of Natasha Denona palettes is usually unmatched. But don't forget, Natasha Denona is also available now at Ulta. Oh, Brittany, use your shit, girl. Use your shit. That's what I'm here for. All right, let's finish this off. Let me just scan through really quick. Make sure I didn't forget anything. I'm pretty sure I got mostly everything. There was one product that I'm like, we could have talked about, but it's fine. I did see that there is a Sephora favorites set with this product in it. It'd be worth it just to get this, probably. I think it has this and the Tower 28 mascara in it. I'll link it for you guys if you're interested. If that is the case, I would have no problem recommending it just based off of two products. And I think there's 5 or 6 products in it. I'm also going to say, don't forget to check the other like Sephora favorite sets. Let me try to pull those up really quick, because that's usually a good time to get like the mascara sets, because that's when they do like, you could try them out and then you get a coupon for like the full size. You know what I'm saying? They usually do it for holiday. Here, we'll just show you really quick. So don't forget to check out these if there's any products that you're already interested in, and you could maybe get something for free or get more products to try. Okay, the one I'm thinking of like 2 different ones. So this was the one I was thinking of, the Summer Showstopper set. It's $52, so it's more expensive than I thought. But it's got an SPF. It's got a K18 hair treatment in it. It's got a lip oil, a Glossier mascara. Looks like the brow setter. So you got like a pretty good selection of stuff. Oh, this is the one with the Tower 28. The Clean Me Up kit for $35. That's got the full size of the Tower 28. I would probably consider that. Like, if you were going to buy the Tower 28 mascara anyways, you might as well get this. And it's got the Lawless lip gloss in it. So maybe consider that one. The Fresh Face Makeup Kit. It's got a mini size of the Rare Beauty Blush, a mini size of a Makeup by Mario lip product, mini size of the Drunk Elephant drops that everybody's talking about on TikTok, the Danessa Myricks primer. I know a lot of people like that Tarte mascara. I personally don't, but that's okay. The perfume sampler set, $90, but you get the full size coupon, which is always worth it. Oh, let's see. Perfume discovery set. Yeah, like these are all good to check out. This is one of usually my favorites, the Lash Dash to go. You get the, 5 different trials, and then you get a voucher to get a full size of any of those 5 that you like. So don't forget to check these out. I think they're always worth it. Now let's talk about fragrance, because this is where it's like you're going to spend the most money with fragrance. And also, I feel like everybody prioritizes fragrance. And then if you guys still want me to keep going, I will do what's in my cart, and I'll probably blow through that super quick. So let me start with what I personally feel is going to be one of the best selections for a summer fragrance. And that's my newest baby, which is Sun-Kissed Goddess from Kilian. I have used this only one time so far because I'm savoring it, because this is inexpensive. I think it was like $295. This is one of the most perfect summer fragrances. Like, it kind of gives off like tanning oil at first. Like, think like banana boat, because I smell a lot of those flavors, like banana, coconut. But there's something so luxurious smelling. Like, it smells expensive. It doesn't smell like artificial. It's got a little bit of vanilla. It smells just like a hot ass bitch laying on a beach and just living her best life. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Like, it smells so good. It smells like summer. And I love that. And I think as it sits on my skin, that's where I need to wear it a little bit more. But it's like Sun-Kissed Goddess. Like, I feel like that name is spot on for it. Plus, it reminds me a lot of Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. Except I like how this smells better, because it smells a little bit more feminine. Because at first you smell a lot of those, like coconut and like the tanning oil, like I was saying. You smell that a lot at like the first hit of it. But as it dries down, you get, it's very feminine, it's very sexy, but it's still very, like, fresh, I guess you could say. Let me pull up the notes so you guys could see what the notes are about it. So you've got, it's a fresh solar fragrance. You've got bergamot, terre flower, and coconut, which I would not expect those notes. Like, the bergamot, I think, comes through towards the end, but it's like, okay, what does this say? The fragrance trail melts into, is it Lang Lang and Terre Flower as an exotic herb, but remains the secret weapon that people go wild for is the scent of coconut and vanilla, a combination that is both profoundly comforting and suggestive of guilty of pleasures. I fucking love Kilian. They're like so provocative, and that's what, I think that's like the best way to explain Kilian fragrance, and I think that's why I love the fragrance house so much, is because it's like, everything is just sexy and boozy. Like, I was expecting boozy because that's usually what I smell with Kilian. But this one, it doesn't have that boozy scent, but it's so sexy and warm, but still very feminine. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I don't know what else to tell you other than it's a fantastic fragrance, and I'm really happy that I own it. Next one we have is the Yum Pistachio from K. Alley, which I don't own this, but I did own a mini size of this last year, and I said to myself, you're going to put this in your loves list, and you're going to get it for the sale next year, because this is a perfect spring-summer fragrance for me, because I think pistachio is the perfect name for it, and Yum is another, like, Yum Pistachio is just perfection as it is, but it smells yummy. It smells sweet and just like decadent and creamy. It's just such a good fragrance. I love layering this as well with other fragrances. That's always how I felt like I would use this, would be I would spray down something and then I would put this like on my wrists or like by my ear or something, because it doesn't last as long. That would be, I guess, my only gripe about it. But you know what I can't wait to do? Sunkissed Goddess with Yum Pistachio. I'll be over here like, let me try not to get ate up real quick because I'm about to smell good as fuck. So if you haven't seen the notes on this one, it's warm and sweet gourmands. You got pistachio gelato, cotton candy, and whipped cream. I feel like cotton candy could put people off a little bit because I really don't smell cotton candy when I smell it. I usually smell like pistachio and almost like marshmallow. It smells. Oh, it smells so good. I love it. It smells like something you want to eat. And that's also a vibe for spring and summer. Next one I have to mention, I mention this one all the time, is Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. So this is a warm floral. It's got orange blossom, vanilla, and marshmallow. I feel like this one, it's a perfect year-round fragrance. I do plan on getting the refillable bottle with like my $200 in rewards at Sephora because I already have this. It's an easy way to save some money. But this, I love it for all year long. The only downfall is I go through it so fast because as soon as I have a full-size bottle of it, I go through it because I just can't help myself but to wear it all the fucking time. Another one, I can't wait to put like Love Don't Be Shy with a little bit of Sunkissed Goddess, mix them together, and it's going to be like hallelujah. So good. I cannot wait to get this one back in my collection. But again, I've talked about it a lot, so I don't really need to say too much more about it. Another one, I wanted to mention this because I have a little like, so I got one of those like sampler sets, I think, or for some reason I have these little samples. And I was like, you know what? I used to trash talk this fragrance so much. And it's Replica Beach Walk. I feel like this is one. I like it now that I'm older. I feel like it's a more mature fragrance. I also think this would be a beautiful spring summer fragrance for a candle. But this, it just reminds me of being at the beach. So you've got bergamot. I think it's heliotrope and coconut milk. All I could think of is I just walked out onto like my beach patio and that's what I smell. Beach Walk is a perfect name. It's almost like they thought of this first. So that's one I used to never really get down with it. I never really recommended it. Actually, I've never recommended it, but I've never been even interested in it until I used a little bit of this. I wore it and I'm like, ooh, I actually really like this one for spring and summer. So we have that one. I also have, is this by Nest? I'm pretty sure. Another one I got, this was during the last Sephora like sampler set that I got. It's the Balinese, or right? Balinese? Yeah, Balinese coconut perfume oil. So technically this is an oil. I would recommend ultimately getting a rollerball size of this because I have used this so much and like barely any of it is gone. So I love to put this on my wrists, back here on my neck. I love the smell of like, remember Bath & Body Works coconut lime verbena? This reminds me of like a sexier version of that. Or think of like Waikiki Beach coconut, kind of on that level, but sexier. That's what this smells like, and I just think it's a really nice rollerball perfume. I really wouldn't get, you've got the bigger like droplet size. I'd probably just say fuck it, just keep getting the rollerball because then you could just roll it right on and call it a day. But this one, I should have gotten this, but I ended up getting Marc Jacobs Daisy instead because that is just a staple perfume for me. But this one, it gives me summertime. Like, I love coconut. I love all that shit. So it's creamy coconut, tropical tear blossom, and salted musk. So it does have a little bit of muskiness to it, but it's got almost like that hint of lime. Like, all I think of is coconut lime verbena, and you can't get that scent no more, and it pisses me off because I used to love that scent. Another one, I think this would be so good as a candle, but it's still very appropriate, I feel, for a body fragrance. Next one I want to recommend is another sample that I got, and I should have gotten this. This was the one, I was between this one or the Marc Jacobs Daisy or the Nest Balinese Coconut. This was what, you know what it was? You know what this was? Sephora played me during the last little Sephora favorites because I felt like they put fragrances that were really ideal for spring and summer. So I went with the one that I'm just like, okay, I could use this all year long. Like, I already knew that I love Marc Jacobs Daisy. But this one, this is clean. What is it? Clean Reserve in the scent Skin. And I feel like Skin, I don't know how to explain how it smells. But when I smell it, it smells like clean skin. Again, it's almost like they thought of that themselves. So this is Fresh Musk, Copa... Hold on, I can't see this to read it. Copaiba oil, I don't know what that is, or I'm probably not saying it right. And salted praline. Again, it smells very fresh, and that's where I immediately think spring. Great fragrance. I use this one all the time. It's another rollerball, so I do the same thing. I actually find myself layering those two quite a bit, the Nest one and the Clean one. I feel like Clean is one. I use that almost every single day, no matter what I'm wearing, because, like I said, it just smells like clean skin. So I do love that one. Would definitely recommend. And then another surprising one, which I have no idea where I got this little sample, because I don't ever recall getting this in like a sampler set or anything. This is from, who is it from? Juliet Has a Gun, I'm pretty sure. But I have to scroll up because look at this fucking bottle. Tell me that bottle is not just spring. Love it. Juliet Has a Gun, Vanilla Vibes. Smells so good. Another perfect layering perfume. Oh my God. Sea salt, natural vanilla, and sandalwood. Say less. It smells like fucking vacation. It smells like a beach. It just smells, it gives me all the smells and I love it. All of these perfumes, I'm like, if I have little samples, I want to buy a full size. It's making me mad. So we shall see what fragrances I end up with, because I love getting fragrances. I need to know what your guys' recommendations are as well for spring, summer. Jen said, Brit, it's more of a fresh scent than a straight up sweet scent. Kaylee Yum Pistachio. See, I feel like Yum Pistachio pulls more sweet. That's at least on me. Hi, Kimberly. Christy. Lord help me. My cart overfloweth. Let's look. Do you guys want me to do a what's in my cart? If you guys want to see it, give this a thumbs up and we'll keep going. We've been here for an hour and 47 minutes. I need to take a sip of water for a second. Because if you guys want to see what's in this cart, it's so funny because it's 11 o'clock almost here. We've got a couple hours until the sale starts, and I know so much is going to come out and go back into my cart. Especially once you guys start coming through with your recommendations. And if you guys send me recommendations too, tell me why. Burberry Goddess. Yes, I love that perfume. That's another one. That's one that I was like, all right, I'm not going to get this for fall, winter, but I'm going to put it in my loves list, and I never put it in my loves list. But yes, I agree. That is a fantastic fragrance. All right, let's see the cart. Don't forget to like the video, damn it, and subscribe if you're new. Okay, let me scroll up. Oh, I can't stop looking at that Juliet Has a Gun bottle. It was so pretty. Okay, moving on. Oh, what's in my cart? It's only at $725, so I'm not doing too bad yet. Give me time. Tom Ford Soleil Glow Bronzer. I finally was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is the sale that I'm going to finally get this goddamn bronzer. So I believe this is the smaller size. They used to offer 2 sizes. I don't know if they still do. This has been in my loves list for so long. And I was like, okay, I'm in the market for a bronzer. Because I'm not, like, I love the Gucci bronzer. I love the Hourglass bronzer. But those are really the only 2 in my collection that I'm like, in love with, aside from now that Natasha Denona palette or my other face palettes. So as far as a single, I'm ready. So I put the Tom Ford in there. We'll see if I end up getting it. We also have the Velour Lash Adhesive, which I talked about that in my recommendations. So I need another one of those. Another recommendation, the Velour Pretty Big Deal Tubing Mascara. I already know that I love that. Westman Atelier Face Trace Cream Contour Wow. Face Trace Cream Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit, because that is my favorite. Another velour lash adhesive. And then I'm waiting to see if this drops at Ulta, because I feel like they're going to. The Dior Forever Skin Glow Maximizer, another one I talked about in my recommendations. But this pearly shade, guys, I'm going to post it on my Insta story. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should. I'm going to post all the swatches over on my Insta story if you guys wanted to see what they look like. But pearly looked so beautiful. And then I was telling you guys earlier with my other recommendation from Rare Beauty, the mini Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in the shade Enchant. This one, I've seen it in person, and I think it's such a beautiful highlighter. That's a maybe. Like, it's $16, so I'm like, okay. If we're penny pinching, that's one that could easily come out. Like, especially if I start adding all these fragrances to my cart. And then the Westman Atelier Lip Suede Hydrating Matte Lipstick with hyaluronic acid. And I'm assuming it's Let's Fucking Go. At least that's what I'm going to call it. It's called LFG. Hot pink. It looks beautiful, especially for spring and summer. Rare Beauty by Selena. The Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blush in the shade Love. I need to know how these look on textured skin. If you have these, please let me know, because I'm like, I feel like they're not going to be super ideal for me. I feel like they're really going to accentuate texture. So I could foresee that one coming out. But I picked the shade Love because it kind of gave me like that terracotta, possibly burnt skin vibe. I was between either Love or Happy. So let me know. I would love to know your guys' feedback on that. And then we have a refill of the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat. I already have the packaging, so I'm just trying to refill that. Another repurchase for me. K. Alley Yum Pistachio Gelato. Fuck my whole life. Then again, the Dior Forever Glow Maximizer in the shade Rosy. Another one, I'm like, this could potentially play me. But I feel like with the pink version, I feel like it doesn't accentuate texture. So I'm actually more likely to get this than the Rare Beauty, because I feel like the Dior is probably going to be more flattering. I think. We shall see. And then I did put the Nest Balinese Coconut Perfume Oil Rollerball. I could see myself taking that out because I'm like, okay, I still have this and it's still almost full. But I feel like the bigger roller, like the bigger size, will work a lot better. Because this one I noticed, like when I go to put it on sometimes, it doesn't really deliver a lot of product. So maybe I just need to fuck with the ball a little bit or the packaging a little bit more. But that's where I'm like, maybe that's why I still have almost a full size of it and it doesn't last that long. So we'll see. That's a maybe. And then the Makeup by Mario Super Satin Lipstick. Wow, Super Satin Lipstick in the shade Broadway. I feel like I'm going to get one or the other. I'm either going to get the Westman Atelier or the Makeup by Mario. As of right now, if I had to make a decision, I'm going to get the Westman Atelier because I like that formula better. Just my opinion. I think this one's going to come off. The House Labs by Lady Gaga. The PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in the shade Guava. I feel like these were really hyped at first. And the hype has just faded. I'm starting to watch all my Sephora recommendations videos too. And I have not heard a single person recommend these. So I'm like, this is where I start playing the game of take this out, put this in. Because that's just what we do. And then we have the Tatcha, the Matcha Cleanse Daily Clarifying Gel Cleanser. I have not tried this yet, but it's Tatcha, so I'm sure I'm going to love it. I'm debating if I want to get this or if I want to get another of the rice wash because I'm out of my rice wash, but I think I want to get this to try it because I've heard great things about it. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts. And then Basma, the cream blush in the shade Burnt Orange. Looks beautiful. I really want to try this formula. And then I also have the YSL Lash Classic Extreme Volume Mascara. I feel like this is the most popular mascara recommendation that I usually see during the sale. We shall see. Rare Beauty Blush Hate on Textured Skin. Fuck! Molly's bursting my bubble over here. Let's see. Brittany says, I use it like a blush topper and it isn't too bad. Get Joy. I love it so much. Maybe I'll have to go in store tomorrow. Shucks. So, I'm clearly in the market for a mascara. I feel a mascara declutter coming in my future. So, I'm like, okay, I've got Tower 28. I'll have Velour. Feel like I need one more, but I really don't need one. But I do really want to try that YSL one. And then I have this in my cart, the House Labs, one of the new blushes in the shade Fire Moon. This is another one I think I'm going to have to go in store and see what shade that I like the best. Because I do want to get a new, I do want to get a version of the new blushes, but I want to get the one that I'm going to be the most happy with for spring and summer. And this one, it's hard to tell by the pictures because I've seen them in real life, and I feel like it doesn't translate the same. So I'm trying to go back and look at the picture that I took, and I can't really tell which one I like the most. I was also rushing that day, so that could be it. But as of right now, my cart is not looking too bad compared to what it normally looks like. Normally, I'm easily over $1,000 right out the gate. I don't plan on spending that much anyways, but I do know, just looking at my cart, I'm like, okay, some things are coming out, and some things are definitely going to, come in the cart. So, we shall see. Time will tell. I would love to know what all of your guys' recommendations are. What do you think that I would love? What do I need to try? Keep in mind, I have textured skin. I am in the market for a new concealer, a foundation, pretty much everything. I'm always open. If I like sweet scents, Baby's Beauty, probably Babs Beauty recommends 5 cents. What is that? 5 cents Life of the Party? Smells so good. I'll have to look that one up. Thank you. See, I love hearing your guys' recommendations because I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard of that. I need all the recommendations, guys. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for almost 2 hours. I'm tired. I will do my best to update the description box. If you guys are shopping the sale, I would love it if you would support my channel. Use the links down in the description box, or if you're not supporting me, support one of my fellow creators. It's an easy way to give back to your favorite creators. All you have to do is click on the link. It will redirect you to the Sephora website, and it will track your order based off of how much you spend. That's all you have to do. You just have to click. That's it. And it just ties into our, I guess, network, you could say. We usually can't see what you buy, but I think some of them you can. I don't even know. Okay, I'm not going to say too much more. All I know is if you click the link in the description box, you could click any link. Even if you're not buying something that I recommend or somebody else recommends, if you know that you're shopping at Sephora, if you click on a link that is associated with Sephora in the description box, it will track it perfectly fine. Oh, let's see. Ronnie says, Fire Moon looks like a bronzer. She's so LA vibes. Oh, God damn it. I'm going to try to go in store tomorrow, though. We'll see. Yes, on the Tom Ford bronzer. Yes! All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, like, subscribe, do all the things. And happy shopping. Happy Sephora sale. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!